All right, so guys, it's Steve and Andrew here from AftermathReviews, and we're going to talk about the iPad 2 announcement that was just this past Wednesday on March 2nd.
This is not the iPad 2, this is the iPad 1, but it still gives a good reference point.
So basically, to sum it up, the iPad 2 is going to be the same price. It's actually 33% thinner than the current iPad.
Which is pretty thin already.
Right? And which is kind of crazy. It's actually thinner than an iPhone 4, which is pretty nuts. It has a new processor. It's an A5 processor, which is supposedly 2 times the speed. They don't actually give you what the speed is, typical Apple, but it's supposed to be way, way faster.
Typical Apple, speaking of that, I just bought this damn thing, so typical Apple, now there's another one. Yeah.
That's true. And then apparently the graphics are 9 times faster. It's kind of hard to figure out, the 2 times processor, the 9 times graphics, like what's really going to make too much of a difference. Apparently the graphics is really noticeable within games.
Yeah, I played a few games on this, and there was a Rage game on here that was awesome, and the graphics were already pretty good, so I'm not expecting anything mind-blowing, but if they can deliver that, great.
Yeah, for sure. I think everything's just going to be a little bit snappier. They have a new iMovie on it, and speaking of iMovie, it actually has, everybody was complaining about this on the first one, it actually has front and rear-facing cameras.
Right, for FaceTime?
Yeah, for FaceTime, I guess. I can't see, I've got an iPad and an iPhone. I can't see myself using an iPad as a camera. There's a giant bulky thing walking around with
exactly.
it. FaceTime's probably the only thing that you're going to use it for. So, if you have family out of town, it's great. But other than that...
And as far as the aesthetics of it, it comes in white now, right?
Yeah, it comes in white, and it was actually pretty funny because they never shipped the white iPhone 4. They said that they're actually shipping immediately the white thing, and the whole audience laughed during the presentation.
So, overall, it seems like it's a pretty big improvement from this one. It has the HDMI out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, this is also compatible with the iPad 1, but the difference on the iPad 2 is it has HDMI out, but you can actually mirror the whole iPad, which is pretty cool. So if you're using it as a presentation tool, you can actually see anything you see on the iPad screen, you can now see on your TV. Whereas you can use the same adapter with the iPad 1, but you won't actually get mirroring mode. It's just for video out and only apps that support it. So on the iPad 2, you can literally see everything, which is kind of cool, right? If you want to use it to surf the internet or whatever,
So another really cool thing about it was the case. It's another aesthetic thing, but that's mainly what I focused on. And the case was it was made of? It was
like a magnet thing. It's pretty cool. They made the case as they were making the iPad. Whereas with the iPad 1, the case was kind of an afterthought, and I think a lot of people didn't buy the Apple case because it was kind of half-assed. I know myself and Steph actually bought a different case. You bought a different case.
Yeah.
Everybody bought a different case because it was no good, but Apple made this from the start with the iPad.
It's actually really cool. It has a magnetic attachment, so it just clips to the side of the iPad and opens and folds just like a book would, and as you open it, it comes out of sleep. So there's actually something detecting if it's in sleep, and also on the other side, they have something cleaning the screen.
Yeah, it's got kind of a microfiber cloth on the inside to clean it, and it's actually when you unfold it, it unfolds into 4 pieces.
Yeah.
So you can actually kind of roll it over and use it as a stand. Either a stand to type on underneath the iPad, or you can actually put the stand up on its side to watch a movie or whatever.
Yeah, very versatile and very cool.
And it actually comes, I can't remember how many colors,
but it
comes in a bunch of different colors. So, and there's actually 2 different materials. There's kind of more leather business ones that kind of more blend into the iPad, and then there's a bunch of funky colors in typical Apple fashion.
So all in all, you think you'll get the new one?
I don't know.
You have one of these.
Yeah, if you have the first generation iPad, the only thing I could see you switching to the new one is A, if you don't care about money, or B, if you really, really, really want the cameras. That's a deal breaker to some people. They wanted the cameras, but I think generally, I just use it for kind of surfing the internet, checking my email, checking Facebook kind of thing. It does all that just fine. I don't use it for games a whole lot, so the speed's not going to be that great.
And I do use it for games, and even after, in all honesty, before this review, I was all pretty pissed off about everything. But I am actually going to just stick with the iPad 1.
All right. right, guys, let us know in the comments what you thought about the iPad 2, if you liked it, if you hated it.
And let us know if you think it's worth replacing your iPad 1 for.